Hello everybody and welcome to my little investigations where we are on the confrontation with Scootaloo. So she told us this little bit here last episode. Let's go ahead and cycle through all of the things she says as per usual before we start trying to press for info or present evidence and stuff like that.
We started pretty late in the evening around
Just like normal.
Square, so we could be there when there weren't any ponies.
At least that's how I usually do it, so I can hear everything. Try and figure out what to say first.
We made some pretty good progress, if I do say so myself. I mean, I'd hope we did, considering we were there for, like, over an hour. And that's about it. We're still not there yet, but I think we're getting there. Not sure why you were wondering about this, but there it is.
Alright, that's everything so far. I'll head back to the first one.
I didn't tell her right away, Scootaloo. She used like her big detective brain on me. I didn't stand a chance.
Hey, detective brain.
I have no idea if that was a compliment or sarcasm. So I'll take it as the former.
Right?
Out of curiosity, why Rarity's birthday? I can see you doing something like this for Cheerilee, but this is different.
Sweetie Belle's idea. She wanted to do something for her sister and somehow roped us into this. I told her that under no circumstances were we going to do something all touchy-feely for Rarity, so that was kind of a compromise. We haven't done comedy in a while, so it seemed like an okay idea to me.
Alright, well,
Makes sense.
when were you practicing this comedy routine?
We started pretty late in the evening around Town Square, so we could be there when there weren't any ponies around. Just a minute.
That's what happened when you started. What happened after you started? Were you just working on that routine? Nothing else?
Well, yeah. Can't say we did much else.
Can't see much out of place so far, at least. Alright. Do you think you could tell me what you did do?
After we got started, we got into our routine pretty heavily. Heck, we were working on it non-stop until we called it a night. Just a minute.
You didn't do anything else until you called it a night? Nothing at all?
That's what I just said, Twilight.
Didn't Apple Bloom say something about this?
Right?
We made some pretty good progress, if I do say so myself. I mean, I'd hope we did, considering we were there for, like, over an hour.
You know, I don't think this was in the when I went through it the first time. But I know for a fact that they didn't do it non-stop because they took a break, during which time Applebloom and Sweetie Belle hung out by the bridge.
Wait a second.
Not entirely non-stop, I'm afraid.
Huh?
I happen to know that you three took a break part of the way through your practice session. And
Yep.
I also happen to know that neither Apple Bloom nor Sweetie Belle knew where you were during that time.
Bloom?
Sorry, Scootaloo.
Well, what about it?
Huh?
Maybe we did take a break and I went off somewhere else. What about it? Doesn't mean anything. It's not like you know where I was.
Or do I know where she was? That's the question. Let's hear that Howard could have been the culprit. Someone else entered for her. Victim in this case. I think the thing that I can say, like, obviously, she was at Rarity's, so, you know, I could probably present Rarity and be like, you know, Rarity said this. I'm not sure if any of these others would do anything. I could also say, well, I found the ribbon here, there, because they, you know, they crashed through the window and things like that. I think we will present the ribbon because that just seems like the best option.
How's this? Actually, I think I have a pretty good idea of where you were.
What? How?
I talked to Rarity earlier and learned that she witnessed an orange and purple pony running out the door after she discovered her home had been ransacked and her prized jewels stolen.
Right?
And I also found part of this ribbon just outside the window to her boutique. Not to mention there were tire tracks that looked suspiciously like your scooters, leading directly to that window. Sounding familiar yet, Scootaloo?
Nice! I have to point off.
Actually, no. Can't say it is.
What?
What?
Come on, Twilight. None of that points to me. Listen to yourself. I jumped through her window to break in. I mean, that's gonna hurt. Not to mention make a lot of noise. And why in the world would I steal anything from some pony whose sister I'm friends with? That makes no sense. All you've got is circumstantial evidence.
I don't know whether to be annoyed by her stubbornness or impressed by the fact that she correctly used the phrase circumstantial evidence in a sentence. Stay cool, Twilight. You already know what you need here. You just need to find ways to prove it to her.
Honestly, Twilight, I can't believe this. You're accusing me of stealing from my best friend's sister? What's gotten into you? Give me one good reason why I steal from her. No, not even just from her. From any pony. I didn't steal anything, Twilight. I'm not a thief, and you can't prove otherwise.
Alright.
Just a minute.
I think I already know what to do here,
I'm not
but...
accusing you of anything. I'm simply stating facts. Please, calm down and trust me on this.
Ugh! I'm not gonna calm down when you're talking like this! Give me a break, Twilight! Give me one good reason why I steal from her. No, not even just from her. From any pony!
Actually? Yeah, this seems like the thing to do because, you know, Rainbow Dash's advice was do something super daring for you and your friends. You want to fly, you want to earn Q mark, that's how you do it. I mean, stealing from Rarity would definitely be super daring.
Wait a second.
Alright.
Alright, what?
I can, in fact, provide a motive for why you'd want to steal Rarity's prized jewel.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Scootaloo, I know that a short while ago, Rainbow Dash gave you a very special ribbon of hers and told you a few choice words. Among those, however, was the instruction that you should do something very daring for you and your friends. I trust you know where I'm going with this. If you really did do a bold heist of Rarity's boutique in the middle of the night to steal her most precious jewel, that would certainly be awfully daring.
Ugh. What? No, Twilight, no!
Yes, I've done another point.
That wasn't it at all! After she said that, I started practicing scooter tricks, not that! Stealing things from ponies is so uncool, Twilight. I never! You remember those tricks that Rainbow Dash did at the Best Young Flyer competition, right? I had to try one of those out! Of course I can fly, so, well, I kinda had to make do with what I can do. You remember that trick where she spun clouds around, right? So awesome! Well, not as awesome as the Sonic Rain Boom, of course, but I figured, you know, maybe I'd work up to that. The carousel boutique's nice and round, so I've been practicing going around it at top speed. I'm getting pretty good at it. Anyway,
Nice.
the point is, that was not what I had in mind when she gave me that advice. At all.
Alright, Scootaloo. I believe you.
Scootaloo's trick was added. Scootaloo has been practicing a scooter trick in which she circles around and around the carousel boutique.
Come on, Twilight. Even you have to admit that the story you're telling here sounds awfully far-fetched.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what the Canterlot investigation team's gonna put together. If we're lucky, I suppose. I mean, who knows how worse it could be.
First, there's the window itself. I mean, really, Twilight? You're going to claim that I rolled directly towards the window and crashed through it? Why in the hoop would I do that?
I'm not directly into it.
Second, if all that Rarity said was what color the pony was, then that could have been any pony. We're pretty colorful, you know. Unless you have evidence that only I could have fit that description. Really, this is some pretty darn weak evidence, Twilight. I don't know what you did to make the others talk, but if this is your best, I'm not impressed.
Just a minute.
I think I know what to do here too.
Evidence as best as I can to see what it tells us.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of it, I can tell you that.
Probably doing better than the Canterlot Investigation team would.
Patience.
Patience.
First, there's the window itself. I mean, really, Twilight? You're going to claim that I rolled directly towards the window and crashed through it? Why in the hoop would I do that?
Again, not directly into it.
Just a minute.
I don't know, Scootaloo. Why don't you tell me why you'd do that?
Well, nice try, Twilight.
Worth the shot.
Worth the shot.
Second, if
Right?
all the Rarity said was what color the pony was, then that could have been any pony. We're pretty colorful, you know. Unless you have evidence that only I could have fit that description. Just a minute.
Scootaloo, what other pony around here is orange and purple?
Well, you're pretty purple, Twilight, and Applejack sure is orange. Who's to say that you two didn't team up to rob Rarity, huh?
Note to self: Fillies have hyperactive
Active
imagination.
imagination.
Really, this is some pretty darn weak evidence, Twilight. I don't know what you did to make the others talk, but if this is your best, I'm not impressed.
So I'm thinking, because this is the thing that's really like standing out to me. Claim that I rode directly towards the window and crashed through it. But you didn't ride directly into the window.
Wait a second.
Let's
No.
try this.
Actually, I'm not going to claim that you rode directly towards the window, because that's not what happened.
Well, then what?
You said it yourself. You've been practicing going around the Carousel Boutique at top speed.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think might happen if, say, opalescence were to suddenly be in the way? Did find her hair near the tire marks after all.
I wonder if I could have used Opalescence's hair for that.
You'd have to swerve pretty hard to avoid hitting her, right? Hard enough that you might leave tire marks and lose control of your scooter. And then perhaps crash and be launched accidentally through the window of her boutique. Am I getting warm, Scootaloo?
Bingo.
Yes, down to 0.
Can't get warmer than that. Enough already, I give.
Do you think now you might be willing to finally tell me what happened that night?
Apple Bloom?
Well, I can help you, Scootaloo. I can just feel it.
Alright, alright. No more running, hiding, or dodging. I'll just give it to you straight. Not much else to do now, right?
It would have been easier if you had done that straight from the beginning.
So, well, I won't bore you with those details. Yeah, I was practicing that trick. Oba got in front of me. I tried to avoid her and wham! Before I knew it, I was flying through that window. I guess the star from my ribbon got caught on something was torn off when I did. Honestly, I didn't see much when I was there. I saw some dark figures who I think got startled when I crashed through the window. They
Dark
ran away pretty
figures.
quickly after I did. I heard one of them trip, at which point I heard a pretty scary growl and a yelp, as well as the sound of, something getting ripped. By a claw, I guess? It didn't take me long to figure out what was going on and that I needed to get the heck out of here, so I ran as quickly as I could. And, well, that's about it, really. I totally forgot about the scooter when I left since I was in such a panic, so I came back and got it later.
I hadn't actually thought about your
What
scooter
happened to your
until
scooter?
just now.
Right?
The reason you bring that up?
It's strange, Twilight. I feel like there are thousands of ponies somewhere out there, watching us, looking closely for missing information, and judging
Right.
us harshly if they find any.
Right?
That's oddly specific.
Follow the Philly's instinct.
Well, thanks, Scootaloo. I think it's about time I paid the Carousel Boutique a second look. Oh, and before I forget, here's your ribbon back. Sorry to have used it as a bit of a bargaining chip.
Yay!
Yay! Ribbon removed from evidence. You know, I can have a partner because we don't need Apple Bloom anymore. Her passive ability is over with. Alright, so we got Scootaloo's trick added. So now we know that something weird was going on there for sure. Dark figures, things getting torn.
I'm guessing that Scootaloo did most of the interior decorating of this clubhouse?
Actually, no, I did. Well, Scootaloo does host weekly meetings for the Rainbow Dash Band Club.
And these pictures are the results of an art contest I hosted. Aren't they awesome, Twilight? The best pictures ever? Huh?
Yes. Just like the other couple dozen of them you've shown me in the past. In rapid succession.
Rapid succession.
Sheesh. I didn't know there were that many poses you can even put one pony in. Oh, hey! New copies of the full free press. How has that been going? Now that, well, Diamond Tiara isn't in charge of it anymore.
Well, to be honest, why, not many ponies read the school newspaper anymore.
Yeah! Featherweight was always better at taking pictures anyway. I can't believe Miss Cheerilee put him in charge.
Really? What's wrong with it?
Why, just read the cover stories and you'll see what I mean.
Mr. Waddles went to the store today.
This
is, news? And how in Equestria did you write an entire article on this?
Right?
Same way I did when I wrote the Cutie Mark Crusader speech. A sleepless night and a big thesaurus to find lots of awesome big words to use. Not bad, don't you think, Twilight?
Mr. Waddles' extemporaneous vindictive superlative mollify intransigence. Scootaloo, this isn't even a sentence. It's just several large words strung together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's not my best work. I have better things to do than write boring stories for the school newspaper.
Dedication is not your middle name.
Your middle name.
Missing.
Right? Dash pictures, painting, Woman Scootaloo.
Who's this? I don't remember you hanging out with this pony before.
Twilight, I would think that was obvious.
Oh, well, in that case, is it Sunbloom from school?
No.
Berry Pinch?
No.
Cat and Cloudy?
I'm glad.
No! Come on, Twilight, you're not even trying.
What? No! I swear I am. I just don't know who it is.
It's Winona, Twilight. Winona!
Winona?
Sweetie Belle, by any chance were you the painter?
Yep, Rarity was super proud of me.
Oh, now I see the resemblance. No, wait.
Oh, wait.
Nope.
Oops.
Still nothing.
Well. Alright then. What can you do? There's Sweetie Belle still out here. Oops, I accidentally went into the clubhouse somehow. I guess I touched the edge of the transitionary space and thus transitioned. Alright then. Let's go back to Rarities and see what we can find. We know that there's other stuff going on. Maybe we can get more evidence. But hey, Rarity's not at the entrance anymore.
What? But, Rarity, did you clean up the boutique?
Why, yes, darling. It was a dreadful, awful mess. Just a few more bits and pieces to put in order, and it'll be good as new.
But it's a crime scene.
I know! Wasn't it terrible? It's taken me all morning to get it back to near working condition.
Rarity, you don't just clean up a crime scene. You need to leave them as is so we can find evidence implicating the culprit. All the mystery novels are completely unanimous on this.
Oh,
Right?
Right. I suppose that would make sense.
Ugh, forget it. Let's see if there's anything of note left. Well, this is something at least. I suppose. This stool wasn't like this yesterday, right?
I should say not. I certainly would have cleaned that up if it had been. Like I was about to.
Down, Rarity. Resist the urge. Let it be dirty for one day.
If you insist, I shall do my best.
Ripped stool. Stool found in Carousel Boutique was tipped over and ripped last night. The rip is odd. What could have caused this? A claw, perhaps?
But
Something fell
I don't
over
see anything
and
else. Is there really
caused a
nothing
rip.
left to look at in here? No offense, but this stool isn't going to do much.
Well, if you've overlooked anything, I might be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Do you recall that gem finding spell that I taught you a little while ago, Twilight? Well, I just so happen to have been improving it to find other
Oops.
things that are easily overlooked. I tell you, Twilight, that has been invaluable, keeping everything in good working condition around the boutique. I used to spend so long finding all the little things I work with around here.
Huh. Well, that
that
does
is
sound
actually pretty useful.
Okay, let's try it out.
Yay! Rarity is our partner now. Passive ability, Rarity has a long had... Ugh. Rarity has had... I can read, honest. Rarity has long had a way with sweet-talking ponies into getting her way. She's always happy to lend her talents to help out a friend. Call on Rarity if a male pony or a pony with an ego is giving you the cold shoulder. Active ability, Rarity has refined her gem finding skill to the point that it can find anything small that might have otherwise been overlooked. Feel like you're looking for a needle in a haystack, using Rarity's skill in the field might help.
But how does it...
It's actually pretty good.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh! Are you girls talking about Rarity's super duper looper hooper cool ability? I've been waiting so long to talk about it.
Silly me. I thought I might actually get a tutorial from someone who knows something about the topic at
Your
hand.
hand, right?
You know those crazy times when you're making cupcakes, but then you totally can't figure out where you left the egg timer? No? Well, I sure have, and let me tell you, they are not fun, Buster. But Rarity never has those problems, because once she turns on that super special power of hers, then she can kind of just point her horn and poof! Anything nearby lights up like a disco ball. Then you just gotta go over and take an itty-bitty look-see. To turn on her ability, just click on the button in the field with her face on it. Then, click a spot in the field. If there's anything hidden nearby, you can click on that to check it out. Neat, huh?
Neat, huh?
And to turn it off, just click on the button again. Simple dimple. If you ask
Alright.
for extra help from the options menu, then the button will light up all brighty lights to let you know there's something important to find. Ooh, sparkly!
I still don't...
I know. Trust me, Twilight. They understand me.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Come on, why don't you try it out? I bet there's a little something over to the left of that stool. Okie dokie. Hope you find lots of cool treasure out there. Bye! Accurate, albeit perhaps over-enthusiastic description.
Well, let's get to it. There must be something around here, right?
Right? Right, I had something. That is.
Huh? What's this?
Gems. Small gems and hooked gems.
A bunch of small gems? Rarity? Did the thieves try to steal these too?
Well, no, actually. Those had been on that stool. I imagine they were knocked over with it. I had been trying to find them, though. Thank you, Twilight.
Never mind then.
More gems. Small gems found on the floor. No indication the thief tried to steal them. What about these hook
This
gems?
is an oddly shaped jewel. Seen this before?
No, I can't say I have.
Strange.
Hooked gems. Hook gems found on the floor, not part of Rarity's gem collection. They seem like they might be a tool of some sort, though their
Well,
use isn't
now
obvious.
I think that's about it for things to be found in here. Thanks, Rarity. Say, I wonder if we missed anything else somewhere else. Rarity, would you mind tagging along a little longer? That ability looks useful.
But of course, Twilight. Lead the way, my dear.
I should check elsewhere to see if we've missed anything. Perhaps outside the boutique to start.
Alright. Sounds good to me. Seems to change when I'm close to something. Like, see, it's like a different shape than it is over here. I'm sure this, like, the way it's flashing there is important too. There it is. Trampled grass.
Interesting. The grass has been trampled in this area. Like some pony ran through here. Ordinarily, that wouldn't be remarkable, considering that thieves naturally would trample the grass as they left. But there's something that strikes me as odd about this. The thing that's odd about this trampled grass is...
Direction of the trampled grass is wrong. Tire marks here, but he hasn't fixed the trampled grass yet.
Wait a second. What was it that Apple Bloom said about what she saw?
And then a while after that, some pony ran across the bridge real fast. We didn't get a good look at it, but I'm pretty sure it was Scootaloo,
Scootaloo went across the bridge.
Right.
Yet this trampled grass rather clearly does not lead towards the bridge. I think it's safe to say this adds even more credibility to the idea that some pony had been here before Scootaloo. The question now is, who? Was it another pony? No, that seems unlikely. A pony wouldn't have left behind this piece of evidence. How's this? That stool was ripped up by what seems clearly a claw.
Right.
Ponies sure don't have claws.
Yeah, that would be weird if they did.
Someone who would steal a jewel and who has claws.
Claws.
I'm starting to get a picture here. Verity, I think I may have deduced something.
Truly, Twilight? Fantastic! Do tell!
It's only an educated guess right now, but it might lead to something bigger than that. Follow me. I think I can get where I need to go from the south entrance of Town Square. Time to pay an old friend a little visit.
Now go to the Rambling Rock Ridge.
I think I...
Whoops. Exit. Please. Thank you. Alright, so I guess we'll head out of Ponyville in the next episode. So if you've been enjoying, feel free to subscribe. I think we can go out this way. Whoops. I didn't mean to actually go out.
Where are we going? As much as I like beautiful, sparkling, bedazzling gems. This does not seem like the appropriate time to be searching for them.
We're not here for the gems, Rarity. That's not all that's in this area.
Then I'm afraid that I do not... Oh. No. No, Twilight, you can't mean...
I'm afraid so. We need to head east at this fork.
If we must.
Alright, like I said, I think I'll go ahead and leave it off for this episode. If you've been enjoying, feel free to subscribe. Tell me if you think you know where we're headed and who we're after, because I'm pretty sure I already know. So, yeah. I guess I'll see everybody next time. Keep calm and punny on, everybody.